Oh, hey, you caught me. I was just, deep in thought. Yeah, definitely. Not at all spiraling because I spent the last 3 hours trying to pick the perfect GIF for a one-word text message to my friend who probably won't even see it for another 6 hours. It was a text saying, cool. How many cool GIFs can there be? Apparently, the limit does not exist. And you know what? That little vortex of digital despair, that agonizing quest for the perfectly nuanced yet effortlessly casual GIF, that, my friends, is what we're diving into today. Not GIFs specifically, though honestly, that could be a whole series. No, we're talking about that itch, that craving, that desperate clawing need for validation. Specifically from people who, let's be brutally honest, probably think your name is that one person who sends weird GIFs. All right, let's get real. We've all been there. Picture this. You're about to post something online. Maybe it's a new profile pic. You've taken 73 photos. In 72 of them, you look like a surprised Muppet. But one photo. The lighting is decent, you don't have spinach in your teeth, a rare win, and one eye isn't mysteriously half closed. Gold. So you upload it, and then you wait. Refresh. Is that a like? Oh, it's from my mom. Thanks, Mom. Love you. Refresh. Ooh, a comment. Nice, from Dave, from accounting, who you haven't spoken to in 3 years. Validation. Sweet nectar of the digital gods. But what about when you're angling for approval from, let's call them the uncareables? You know who I mean. That ex who clearly moved on and is now dating a professional unicyclist who also rescues endangered miniature llamas. You post that thirst trap vacation pic, subtly tagging the beach bar, hoping they'll see how much fun you're having without them. Crickets. Or worse, they like it, but it's clearly an accidental thumb slip while they were scrolling to see if the llama had its own Instagram. I once spent an entire week crafting the perfect witty comeback to a passive-aggressive comment someone left on an old Facebook post. I researched rhetorical devices. I consulted a thesaurus for words that meant "you're wrong" but sounded like I'm an enlightened intellectual. I ran it by my cat, Mittens. Mittens just stared at me, then slowly blinked, which I'm pretty sure is cat for "you have issues, human. Also, my food bowl is empty." By the time I was ready to post my magnum opus of snark, the original commenter had deactivated their account and probably moved to a remote island with no internet. The universe was literally telling me, dude, they don't care. And yet there I was, a rhetorical genius with no audience.
So why do we do this? Why do we transform into these desperate, approval-seeking gremlins performing emotional acrobatics for an audience that's either not watching or, worse, is watching but is actually just waiting for us to fall flat on our faces so they can feel slightly better about their own questionable life choices? It's an addiction, people. Validation is a drug, a like, a compliment, hey, nice shoes from that cool barista who never makes eye contact. It's a little dopamine hit. Boom, feels good, right? So we chase another and another. And the kicker? We often chase it hardest from the people least likely to give it. The boss who only notices when you mess up? You'll work 80 hours a week hoping for a pat on the head that will never come. That friend who only texts when they need something? You'll bend over backwards hoping this time, they'll see your true worth. That family member who still thinks your chosen career is a cute little hobby? You'll send them every tiny achievement hoping they'll finally say, wow, you're actually successful. They'll probably just ask if you're eating enough vegetables. It's like we're emotional archaeologists painstakingly dusting off tiny fragments of potential approval from people who are basically just ancient statues. They are not going to animate and applaud you. It's like, imagine you're a world-class chef. You've trained for decades. You can make a Michelin star meal out of a single potato and sheer willpower. And who do you desperately want to impress? Not Gordon Ramsay, not a panel of esteemed food critics. No, you want to impress a pigeon. You spend days crafting the perfect tiny crumb of artisanal sourdough. You infuse it with essence of organic, shade-grown fair trade birdseed. You present it on a miniature silver platter. And the pigeon? It just poops on it and flies away, probably to go eat a discarded French fry from a bin. And you're left there, covered in pigeon disappointment, thinking, maybe if I'd used a different kind of birdseed? No, the pigeon doesn't care. The pigeon has pigeon things to do. It's not equipped to appreciate your culinary genius. It's a pigeon. We are all out here trying to get pigeons to validate our sourdough. Metaphorically speaking, mostly, unless you actually are trying to impress a pigeon. In which case, that's a whole other video.
But here's the funny, slightly mind-blowing part. The moment you realize they don't care, like really don't care, it's freeing. It's like you've been holding your breath for years, waiting for their applause, and you suddenly realize you can just exhale and breathe for yourself. Because if their opinion doesn't actually matter, because they're not invested, not informed, or frankly, just a bit of a jerk, then why are you giving it so much power? Suddenly, Aunt Mildred's disapproval of your nose ring doesn't sting so much. She also disapproves of Wi-Fi, calling it invisible brain scrambler waves. Bless her cotton socks, but maybe she's not the arbiter of cool. The boss who only criticizes? Maybe their management style is just terrible, not a reflection of your worth. The ex dating the llama rescuing unicyclist? Good for them. Seriously, may their unicycle wheels be forever true and their llamas forever fluffy. Their happiness or lack thereof with you isn't your problem anymore. So the big, earth-shattering, slightly anticlimactic realization is this: the people who don't care, don't care. Groundbreaking, I know, but internalizing that? Game changer. It means you can start making choices for you. Wear a weird outfit, post the cringe selfie, start that bizarre hobby involving competitive cheese sculpting. The validation you really need, it starts here. Tap your chest, head. Cheesy? Absolutely. True? Also, surprisingly, yes. You start seeking approval from people who do care, your actual friends, your supportive family members, even if they don't get your job but love you anyway. And most importantly, yourself. Be your own biggest fan. Give yourself that internal like button. Heck, give yourself a standing ovation sometimes. You probably deserve it for just getting through the day without accidentally texting your boss a GIF meant for your group chat. So, my fellow recovering approval seekers, my question for you today is this: who is the one person or type of person you've historically bent over backwards trying to get validation from who clearly couldn't care less? And what's the most ridiculous thing you did to try and get it? Let me know in the comments below. Let's share the cringe, laugh about our past selves, and maybe collectively agree to stop trying to impress pigeons with our gourmet bread. Deal? Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything.